let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening outside. Detroit Metro Airport reporting 17 and 13 in Pontiac, 21 in Grosse Ile, 12 in Port Huron, and we have calm winds with that. So this is the calm before the winter storm that is inching our way, and it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of just how much we are going to see out of this system, and models getting into a little more agreement for the next 48 hours. But let's get you out the door first before we really talk in detail about that winter storm that's approaching us. And so we'll be in the 20s throughout a good chunk of the day, getting to 30 for that afternoon high. If we get a little more sunshine working its way in this afternoon, then I think we could get in the mid 30s, but we're in the wake of a cold front, and that brings a few flurries, especially to our western communities today. That doesn't amount to much. What's going to amount at the surface will be this winter storm late tomorrow into Thursday morning. Winter storm watch was expanded to Washtenaw, Wayne, Monroe counties early this morning. So now all of southeastern Michigan under that watch starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon until 7 a.m. on Thursday. A watch always precedes either an advisory or a warning. So this will change within the next 24 hours, depending on the threat of how much snow we see from this system. So winter storm watch, the criteria for that to be issued ahead of the event, we're looking at a forecast of 5 inches in 6 hours or less, 6 inches in 9 hours or less, or more than 7 hours within a 48-hour event. And so the snowfall forecast, let me show you what we have forecasted here. Widespread 4 to 7 inches, but I wouldn't rule out isolated amounts, especially to our north, that could be slightly upward of that, and some isolated amounts closer to Monroe that would be a little bit less. But overall, this swath of snow will bring a widespread close to 4 to 7 inches. Satellite and radar cold front sweeping through the region as we speak. So you see how that's pulling moisture off of Lake Michigan and a few lake effect snow bands to our west. But what we're tracking is the low that's going to come out of the south within the next 24 hours, a southern slider as it slides to the north. Now, I want to show you that the projection of this low makes all the difference in the world, and just a 30 to 40 mile shift would make a difference in what kind of precipitation we see down into Monroe County. So you can see here a 40-mile shift. If it was to lift north, that's going to bring some warmth from the south, and that would bring more of a wintry precip, mixed precip that is, that would cut down on snowfall totals. But if that shifted farther north, or south, I should say, then that's going to sink in the cold air from the north. So this is what we're forecasting as of this morning with the model data coming in. I think this starts as snow around 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon Wednesday. Now the intensity will pick up Wednesday evening, maybe as early as that evening rush hour drive. Very minimal wintry mix down by the Ohio state line by 9 or 10. I think this mainly stays a snow event for southeastern Michigan through Thursday morning before a lot of this is out of here by 7 a.m. Weekend forecast. So that was round one. Round two arrives going into Saturday morning and will be pretty persistent as we go throughout the day. Too early to talk totals, but we're going to pick up some more snow. Now, temperature outlook will be round three as we have a much colder air mass building in next week with some single-digit lows in the forecast. So forewarned weather alert will go into effect tomorrow evening into Thursday morning due to 4 to 7 inches of snow. We will be a little cooler Friday, more snow Saturday, and then the frigid air by early next week.
A before and after would be lovely, Ashlee, like the old patio deck just and then afterwards.
I know, like the white coating that we'll see out there within the next 48 hours. So yeah, we want to bring you up to speed on that. But first, we do want to make sure that you're prepared for today. As you step outside, we're looking at those temperatures that are going to be in the teens, maybe even single digits, depending on where you live. Lapeer, 6 degrees right now, but 17 at Metro Airport, 14 in Ann Arbor, 19 in Monroe, and 20 at City Airport. And so for the rest of the day, we're going to be on a cooler note. We've had a cold front sweep through, and so we'll get a little sunshine mixing in this afternoon, but we could have a few flurries possible, especially throughout the first part of the day. Forecasting 30 for that afternoon high. So that's today. This is the calm before what will be a winter storm. And so I want to show you two different scenarios because there's still time for this low pressure track to just fluctuate ever so slightly. So if the low stays south, which model data is hinting that it will for today, you can see over by Metro Detroit all the way through southeastern Michigan, we're in the colder sector of this. This would be an all snow event. But now let's go ahead and show you what will happen if that low was to lift just a little further north, which means we start to bring in some of that warmth from the south. Now from Detroit towards Monroe, we're looking at a little more of a wintry mix. And so that 40-mile shift would make a difference pretty much what Monroe County would see. But if it stays as a colder solution, winter storm watch 1 p.m. tomorrow till 7 a.m. Thursday would bring a widespread across southeastern Michigan, 4 to 7 inches of snow, which you can see in that darker shade of blue across southeastern Michigan with that snowfall forecast. And so your forewarned weather team will keep you posted over the next 48 hours, but we've issued that forewarned weather alert starting tomorrow evening all the way through Thursday morning, Darnell.
People should be prepared. We just talked about what you need in your car to make sure that